Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm checking in with you, America. How y'all feeling about this war? This whole war with Iran got me anxious. And I just think the current president and the current administration should have mind their own business. If Israel had a problem with the Middle East countries, let them deal with it. Why do we have to be involved in everything? Sometimes I feel this might be the downfall for America. Okay, why I'm saying this? When I heard how much a day this war is costing us, I heard like it was millions, and the weapons cost millions. And are they making more weapons? Because they're depleting the weapons, right? I'm hearing that they're pulling um, weapons from South Korea, and weapons that were promised to Taiwan is being pulled back. What was promised is now not being honored. Okay, so to me, that gives me an impression that as far as weapons, there might be a problem here. Is this being replenished quickly? Because they cost so much money and then boom, they're gone as soon as they're used. And then I just don't only watch the mainstream media, guys. I watch the news around the world. I see the cluster bombs and missiles being dropped in Israel, in the night. I see other Middle East countries that just happen to have the American bases in their country being attacked. Not that they had a problem with Iran. It's just because the American bases there being attacked. The American embassies are being attacked. Just being American might be a problem when you're traveling in and even close to these countries because of this man's decision. It's like, this man, this president has never been served in the military, so he doesn't know what it is to be on the front line. So I don't even understand the qualification for even starting this war. I mean, if he was in the military and kind of understand the concept, maybe so. Okay, and then the people that are around him, a lot of them are not qualified for their positions. I'm sorry, they're not. And do I have confidence in them? All they are to me are talking heads. And then they send the young women and men. I mean, they signed up to be in the military. They committed to protect our country, but I don't believe a lot of people voted for this. I'm a peaceful person. I want to have peace with all countries. I would like to travel all countries and not worry about my safety. I mean, lives are being lost on a daily basis. Yes, there's a lot more lives in Iran, but these people are not giving up. They're not doing any more ceasefire deals. And I don't think anything that Trump say or that current administration say right now, they're going to listen. Now I hear that the state California is being threatened by drones. And these are not just your average drones that, an average person have to fly and take aerial surveys. No, these drones have weapons. And this remind me of, guys, when I think it was last year, early in the year, that like New Jersey in New York were having issues with, they think it was drones. They didn't know what kind of objects were in the air, but they would come nightly, and then everybody in New Jersey and New York was concerned. People were thinking they were UFO and stuff. And I even heard, I had thought, I can't remember I believe it was a congressman or a senator. He had heard, he didn't say who he heard it from, that Iran had a ship on the seas that had drones on them, and like they have been like these were like testing, like test drones, and they were sending out, but people squashed that story, and they said, that's hearsay, that's not valid. But now I'm thinking he might have been onto something. And I just feel very anxious, guys, about this whole war. I feel, yes, it can come to the U.S. domestic soil. We got the leader in North Korea. He's been itching to launch nuclear weapon and test his weapons against us. And guess what? Iran has friends. Russia, China, I'm sure North Korea and any other country that this current president has pissed off. I am highly concerned. I'm checking in with you all and see how you're doing. I don't have any complaint with Iran or any of the Middle East countries. I don't have a gripe with them. And if I was leader, I would mind my own business and attend to American and try to actually make America better again. And where are they getting all this money? Now they're increasing price of oil. Our gas is probably going to go. I know he said he's going to release oil or whatever he's saying, but he wouldn't need to do any of that if he didn't get involved. Y'all, he wouldn't need to do any of this if he didn't get involved. I'm anxious. And if I was Iran and I did choose a leader, I wouldn't be telling them who the leader is, because all they're going to do is blow up the next one. I would not. I hear that the one they chose, the son of the first one that they killed, is injured. If I was them, I would be like, okay, let's choose a leader, but it's going to be anonymous. We're not going to let anybody else know, because we keep losing them. You know what I'm saying? I'm really anxious, and I don't think this is a good thing. And I feel like all the allies America has is dwindling, probably at zero now. And we are in too many people's countries' affairs. And America have their hands in too many pots. They're stretching their resources thin. And they need to reevaluate and fix this and stop being involved and get the heck out of there. That's how I feel. Apologize for interfering. War is evil to me. And what happened in war? You lose people, you lose buildings, you lose resources, you mess with the atmosphere with all the weapon and the fire, the oil, whatever exploding. It's not right. It's not right. Anyway, guys, that's how I'm feeling, checking in with you all. Hope you all are safe. I hope the young women and men in the military, I hope they're safe. Praying for them. Yeah. And our president and our leaders do not have to be on the front line. And all they have to do is sit in their cushiony office seats and give orders, but not partake. Not like the kings, the warrior kings of the past, like King David in the Bible. He actually went out with his troops. He fought. He could have lost his life. And there were kings who went out with their troops on the front line and did lose their lives. If y'all say y'all Christians are American leaders, then check out the Bible. These leaders actually were involved, the kings, the great kings of the past. Anyway, gotta go. Talk to y'all later. Be safe. Prayers for the citizens in America who didn't want this. And like, share, subscribe, and see y'all later. Stay safe. Bye.